The Negros Occidental economy was primarily built on sugar. The province contributes more than half of the country's total production, and around 54% of the total agricultural land is planted with sugarcane. Raw sugar is our leading traditional export product, employing 500,000 workers. Like any monocrop industry, employment is seasonal, where we have lean months, widely known as tiempos muertos among locals. To address such pressing concern, the need for alternative industries like livestock, poultry, and muscovado production became imperative. Muscovado is a non-centrifugal sugar obtained from sugarcane juice. The export demand for muscovado is rapidly growing at a rate of 23% annually. This is a good opportunity for the province to intensify muscovado production through the development of efficient muscovado milling facilities.
Sagay City is a second-class city of the province of Negros Occidental. It is composed of 25 barangays, with 8 barangays classified as urban and 17 classified as rural barangays. The city of Sagay is situated 82.9 kilometers away from Bacolod City, which is approximately a 2-hour drive from the capital. Public utility vehicles plying the northern Negros route pass by this progressive city. The total number of population registered in 2013 is 150,044, with an average growth rate of 1.1% and a population density of 426 per square kilometer. The city of Sagay is an agricultural city, and majority of the population depend on agriculture as their main source of income. Sugar is the most dominant industry, as evident by the vast tracts of land devoted to sugarcane. The presence of sugar mills in the city show that majority of the populace receive salaries and wages either as laborers in sugarcane plantations or working in the mills. Apart from this, other sources of income are fishing and rice production.
Predominantly, ang Negros Occidental is agricultural. The industry is based on sugarcane. No?
Moreover, as the province of Negros Occidental gears toward being an agro-industrial province, an economic zone is currently being developed in the city to attract both local and foreign investors in establishing industries that will help boost its economy and provide additional employment for its residents.
In fact, the whole country registered a negative growth rate, but diri ang Region 6 siya, may positive growth rate kita of almost 5%. No? That time, still in the peak of our milling season. No? So, ang tao may income, may sweldo, and ito ta makita nga ang agriculture gyapon, balik kita gyapon sa agriculture, no? Food security gyapon. Of course, may naapektuhan ang aton business establishments, kaya nagsira mga restaurants, ang aton tourism nagsira, but that is only a portion sang ekonomita. Ang majority gidya ang agricultural sector why kaayo naapektuhan.
In the upland barangays, sugarcane remains to be the main crop of the farmer residents, with some diversifying into other agricultural crops such as corn, intended for livestock and poultry production, fruit trees, and rice, proving the city's agricultural wealth. In terms of sugarcane areas intended for muscovado sugar production, Sagay City ranks first among all cities and municipalities in Negros Occidental. With this, the city has a great potential for expanding and developing new agricultural land area for the commodity.
Sagay City is blessed. We have 3 sugar mills. We have a slaughterhouse for AAA accreditation. Then the PRDP naghatag sa aton sang feeder port plus ang aton mga bridges. Dako gid ina siya nga bulig, no? Very important gid ina siya, especially sa agriculture sector, because ang ina siya maka-help gid sa aton farmers from hauling and transporting sang aton nga mga farm inputs and transporting our agricultural products going to the market.
This, however, is hindered by the difficulty in commuting and transporting farm inputs along the overflow in Himugaan, Sagay City. This issue contributed to low productivity and limited tonnage capacity. As a key solution to this enduring problem, rural infrastructure interventions such as farm-to-market roads and bridges are among their topmost development priorities in view of attaining higher productivity and resilience in agriculture and its people, respectively. The dilemma with the existing overflow was further aggravated when Super Typhoon Yolanda lashed its force in the Visayas region in 2013. Based on the final report on the consolidated damage of Typhoon Yolanda, damage caused in infrastructures amounted to 209.2 million pesos, with roads, bridges, irrigation facilities, and public and private establishments all affected, unsafe to be utilized and occupied. This huge fraction of loss in the region brought by the typhoon immensely affected the people, especially farmers and fisherfolks, and their livelihood being put into a halt.
The existing overflow bridge was built by the Sugar Central 50 years ago, when the sugar prices is still in its peak. But due to pole vaulting by sugarcane farmers, this overflow is poorly maintained, which posed danger to the riding public, particularly during rainy season.
Ang sitwasyon namon pertigid kabudlay sa pagtransport sang amon mga produkto halin sa bukid tungod sang amon dalan nga hindi maayo. Ang amon pangabuhian tubo mabudlay gid kapin pa magbaha ang himugaan hindi kami katabok sa pag-deliver namon sang amon mga pasyente masyado gid kabudlay tungod sa mga una nga tsimpo wala pa service ang barangay.
Kung mag-travel kami pa sa Sagay, dako gid ang inuras diri madugay kami kaabot tapos ang dalan perti kabudlay.
Pag-start gid diri ang nagabiyahe diri sa una singgo lang na nga minibus or jeep. Nga nagabiyahe halin diri alas 5 sa ngaga pakadto sa Sagay City. Gahalin na diri sa alas 5 maabot na dito sa alas 9. So ang amon nga pagbiyahe galabot kami dito tag alas 9 sa manindahan pa na ang tao pag-abot na sa alas 11 mihingagan man na puli kay igo naman sila makaabot diri gabi na pod. Ang pamasahe namon sang pag-start kina diri bali 100 pesos
Sadto tama gid ka problema ang amon di sitwasyon sa Barangay Babira, parti labi na gid sa dalan namon. Tuig 2000 hasta 2020 nagasuffer kami sa kabudlayan sa dalan labi na sa among mga farmer. Mabudlay ang padulong namon sa among produkto sa sentral tungod nga ang dalan guba.
With this constraint greatly affecting the agricultural sector of Sagay City, the construction of the 120 linear meter Himugaan Bridge in Barangay Bato, Sagay City, Negros Occidental was realized. The infrastructure is seen to address the prevailing concerns specifically related to agriculture and livelihood. A total population of approximately 12,295 individuals with around 2,606 households can benefit directly with the construction of the Himugaan Bridge, mostly farmers and laborers.
kabulig siya sa emergency kag sa ginasuffer namon nga halin pa sang natubuan ko buot inang pagbaha sina nga taytay kay halin sang natubuan ko buot nagatabok na kami sina ginaantos na lang ginamon ng ubog tungod sina nga taytay.
Siyempre damo na aksidente, amon ang ginagawa namon kay smooth ang pagbiyahe, dasig pagpagwa namon sa produkto, hindi na kami mabudlayan. Kag ang maintenance sa mga salakyan diri nga nagabiyahe wala sang mayo nga damage gid nga dako, gamay ang maintenance.
Apart from the direct household beneficiaries, there are also 8 elementary schools, 3 secondary schools, and 42 sitios that comprise the 3 barangays that will benefit from this sub-project. Furthermore, health centers as well as daycare centers catering to more than 1,000 mothers and children, will also be served by the sub-project.
As primarily linked to the Provincial Commodity Investment Plan of Negros Occidental, which is one of the PRDP tools, the muscovado production, which is the major industry practiced by the people in the area, was put at the center point that allowed the identification of gaps, thereby leading to the formulation of key solutions for the prevailing concerns regarding the commodity.
Before ako nag-city agriculturist ng Sagay, I'm connected with the Department of Agriculture, Western Visayas, sa Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation Division, and at the same time, the Planning Specialist of RPCO6. For PSO Visayas, muscovado is our pilot commodity. And for Sagay City, all our PRDP sub-projects are linked sa muscovado industry. So maintindihan naton nga ang Negros kadako sang production because for Sagay alone, we have 3 sugar mills and duhagid ang gaproduce ang muscovado. Ako na-appreciate ko gid personally ng paggamit sina nga mga tools. Before we will prepare our VCA, we have commodity prioritization. So with that VCA, dira tagid makita no ang mga gaps sa kada chain or kada segment sang aton nga process from input provision to production up to harvesting or trading and marketing up to processing. So makita gid naton kung ano da ang mga gaps nga wala pa sa aton. So kung ano nang wala, so dapat amo na aton i-address. Like for example, production, kung na-identify naton ang accessibility nga may difficulty kita. So like hauling or transporting our inputs, farm inputs, and at the same time, ang pag-market sang aton produce. So kinahanglan gid sang i-build ang aton nga mga roads para ma-address ang aton nga logistics nga needs sa ina nga commodity.
Originally, the LGU proposed the 10.826-kilometer farm-to-market road with bridge in 2015 that would cover up to the last barangay going to the mountainous area of Sagay. However, the PRDP only granted the bridge right after all the requirements were assessed. Eventually, the construction of the road started on August 1, 2018, but was funded under the Municipal Development Fund Office. The documents that were supposedly prepared by the proposing LGU for the PRDP has been instrumental in the realization of the road, as these were being utilized for the said project.
That project was started due to the demand of the most people sa aton mga hinterlands. Actually, ang included sina hindi lang ang bridge, included man ang dalan gid pakadto to the last barangay. Ang na-approve lang is the bridge, which is the main component of that road.
It all started when the late Governor Marañon recommended that bridge, including the road. And then, I think due to the lack of fund, the road was funded under MDFO, Municipal Development Office Fund, through DOF, Department of Finance. And then, the bridge was funded by PRDP.
The inception and preparation of the documentary requirements for the construction of the bridge began 4 years ago.
This project, if I may recall, we started 4 years ago from surveys to DED.
Before finally proceeding to the project implementation, consultations were done among those who will benefit and those who will be affected by the construction of the sub-project.
Balay-balay man namon dira ang kutob sa maigo kagin pang istorya namon nga kung pwede pag-operar nila kay hindi man lang isa ang beneficiary kundi tanan man sila dira nga nag-occupy sina dang area, wala man sang problema, okay man sila tanan kay gusto gid sang tawo.
Prior to the bridge construction, negotiations relevant to the road right-of-way were done.
Doing the feasibility study of the 120 linear meter Himugaan Bridge is not that easy. We went house by house, we conducted interviews, and later on we were able to discover that the approach of this 120 linear meter is a public land. So we sought the help of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources for the permit that we could construct a 120 linear meter bridge on this site. On the road right of way, we were able to reach out various years because all of the rightful owners are already gone. With the help of the late Governor Marañon, we were able to purchase the lands that is not being donated. There are also owners residing in the area who have their land waived or donated to the city of Sagay.
A series of steps were undergone by the implementing body in order to finally materialize the project.
From preparation hasta nga na-bid siya, it's really very tedious process. The preparation is joint ang province and the Sagay City. The Sagay City was the one who surveyed it. It is the share of Sagay City government with regards to the right-of-way. And our office, the Provincial Engineer's Office, is the one who designed the bridge.
I would like to also give credit to the people behind it nga nag-do the legwork. No? Everybody nga nagbulig nga mag-pull in their talent, their time to pass the requirement. Since it's a World Bank project, we need to go through a World Bank process. So the paperwork is very tedious, very detailed. But also, kita mo man nga, yes, they have a point there also nga sometimes man leave out mo lang ang social aspects ang mga tao nga maapektuhan sa project. Pag sugod tagid sinising paperwork 2017, kadamo blasing stumbling block. So pag groundbreaking to last year, nalipay gid ang mga tao, especially sa mga communities ta sa bukid niya finally na masugda na gid ang Himugaan Bridge.
Because PRDP is different in terms of documentation and monitoring. So you see to it that all of your work item, per work item, must be geotagged and always tested, no? And others na document. Some of the requirements, we're applying it to our projects right now. The only thing na hindi pa naman na-implement is geotag with regards to our projects. But it's really good na may na may geotag. We're slowly implementing it to our projects na locally funded. All of the requirements with regards to the implementation process, we patterned it from PRDP.
Primarily, this sub-project aimed to construct 120 linear meter bridge to generate at least 5% increase in real annual household income of farmer beneficiaries, 7% increase in value of annual marketed output, and 20% increase in number of farmers and fisher folks with improved access to Department of Agriculture services. The contract cost of this project is 76,313,828 pesos and 7 centavos. This was originally issued no objection letter 1 last May 7, 2017. But due to the failure in bidding and changes in the design, this project reissued no objection letter 1 last September 12, 2019. For almost 10 months of procurement process, this project secured no objection letter 2 last July 22, 2020, followed by the issuance of notice to proceed last August 27, 2020, which signals the start of the implementation stage. This venture was already awarded to ESJ and Sons Construction and Construction Supply Incorporated and have started its implementation last September 6, 2020, and is bound to be completed by March 29, 2022.
To date, the sub-project registers a physical progress of 59.71%, with a total amount of 10,141,712.68 pesos disbursed.
While there are challenges experienced through the course of the implementation process, observations of safety measures and health protocols were strictly done.
Kahit na may rainy seasons, ginagawa natin kasi tapos na yung bore pile. Ginagawa natin yung substructure natin gaya ng mga column. capping. Binigyan tayo ng magandang panahon, matatapos din namin yung project na to.
Kada buhos ta, kada may geotag ita. May ari ta di sa babaw, ga obra sila sang pareho sini sa likod ko, amon isang obra nila purmas para sa aton kolom, para once makapenetrate ta sa dalom, ma-assemble na lang ta. Pasugod launching, ma-slab na lang ta dayon. Subong tingwaan lang namon nga makasaka ta sa kolom ta para magpa-cure ta, masampaw na lang kami girder, tapos sinadasig na lang. Ang ginaobra namon kung magbaha, diri kami sa babaw ga fabricate sa mga rebars ta, sa mga pormas para when it comes nga nubo ng tubi, ma-assemble na lang ta kag mahawling para dasig aton nga hindi sa mapundo.
Bahagid man ang amon problema pagkabaon tat kami saka kami di sa babaw sa maobra namon pers ni mga girder nga kabilyada namon sa isa ka semana abi mabasa ka tatlo kada adlaw may tao kami naka-assign kun diin kun anong obra ko niya kali kami nga 15 may ari gid nga taga diri mo nga daw anom sila kabilog man. Pag hindi kami kabrato, ngita kami di sang lubrao namon sa babaw nga obra namon, nga batmi namon, basta sa takas lang. May bantay sa amon nga tao sa tubig, paluyan lang, di lang magsige baha.
Social distancing, mask kita, ti avoid anay ko ng di kita na yung mga para sa safety mo sa mga tao. Insured naman na sila kasi kung may aksidente, insured naman sa kumpanya yan. Tapos mayroon na kami mga vitamins na binibigay sa kanila.
Support man ang company. SS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. Support man ang company sa amon mga pinanglanon. Kakuan gid nga bulig, bugas, kalanon gid. Amo gid ang pinaka-kuan. Pasalamat man lang mi nga amo na bulig. Mayara man pinansyal. Tagaan mo kami nila. Mga pismas, paras na mga bulong man di. Kung nanoy request namon sila, ginatag man nila.
With more than halfway in terms of the physical progress, the provincial and municipal government of Negros Occidental and Sagay City, respectively, commit to impose various regulations that would ensure the sustainability of the project.
Of course, ang tanan nga infra project kinanglanon magina ang maintenance right after nga ma-turnover. Part of our obligation sa amon office is may ara gid ang amon mandate. Hindi lang sa construction, may ara man kami mandate sa maintenance. Papangsyon na lang na namon gid nga mabantayan man namon kung anong mga defects kag ang kinanglan nga itagan right away nga mga atensyon bala nga hindi maka-danger sa mga tao, sa mga public naton nga in case nga may mga defects or right away mahatagan naton aksyon kag mahatagan ta mga solusyon.
I will see to it that the budget for the operations and maintenance of all sub-projects will be allocated by the LGU concerned. We have to make sure that resolutions concerning load and speed limit will be strictly implemented, including the 10-meter road width formation and the prohibition of illegal structures on all sub-projects.
As the key beneficiaries of the projects, through the DAPRDP, the local government units and recipients of the 120 linear meters Himugaan Bridge, located in Barangay Bato, convey their utmost gratitude to the World Bank as the funding agency and all other entities which have played a vital role in the realization of the project.
Kung ba na isa ka farmer sa diri sa Colonia Divina, kag nangin chairman siya sang cooperative, kaya na niya ginahulat nga ma-materialize mo ti ginakuha niya gid nga dako ginangakuan nga mabulig. Kag sang ang grabeng pagsakripisyo ya nga pagpapirma sa mga right of way bala sa tawo, dako gid kayang mabulig sina ikon natapos ang taytay dako kay ang mga produkto diri sa Colonia makatransport nga bisan anytime bala mabaha man or hindi katabok na siya. Kay ti sang buhi pa to siya 2018 siya napatay mo. Sang before sina nga pagkuan niya, grabe nga nang sa kuan niya nga matigayon gina. Pre daw amo naging doon na kuanan man ko bala nga nasubuan man ko bala nga ginaubra na subong taytay, at least bala na ubra na gid man siya nga sang daw hindi na bala naabtan. Daw hindi na bala naabtan nga naglamik na ang kabataan ko gambal man nga Nagnamin at subong dalan na noon, wa inabda ni Papa. Una siyang nagkapasalamat kami sa World Bank nga gin-grant niya ang matigayon ang Taytay. Pasalamat man kami sa PRDP nga na kuan na gid kay sa pila ka tuig nga na experience sa balik sa kolonya na kuan nga kabudlay gid kun magbaha diri ang amon nga Himugaan River, ang overflow bilang nga napatigayon kag sa province nga na tigayon nga nahatag diri sa amon sa Himugaan River ang project nga ina nga Taytay nga ginaobra subong.
So nagapasalamat ko sa PRDP kag sa World Bank kag sa City sa Sagay nga natagaan nila sang pagtamod nga ining lugar ang Barangay Colonia Divina gin pukusan nila matagaan sang dalan nga Manami kag ang Taytay kag dako gid ang advantage nga nahimo kay simpre ang pagpagwa namon sa produkto ang mga gapang makal diri sa among produkto nagakagto na kaysa hindi na kami mabudlayan sa pag-travel namon hindi ma-damage ang amon mga product so ginapasalamatan gid namon sa gobyerno nga wala kami diri gin pabaya.
So nagpasalamat gid kami sa PRDP. It is because it is a great help sa economy kag ang mga product naton sang mga pumuluyo madala nila without hindrance nga magbaha kag ang danger sang magbaha since ang existing is an overflow bridge. So the bridge is a big help kay ma-eliminate na naton inang danger right after the completion of the bridge.
Pasalamat gid ako sinang bridge nga dako gid na nga bulig para sa mga mangunguma nga ara sa sinang 3 ka barangay. Not only our farmers but also ang aton mga partners sa DepEd, mga teachers naton. Pasalamat gid na sila labi na gid ang mga estudyante. I-expect naton nga ang inada nga area ma-develop pa gid. So damo na siya ang magsulod dira nga mga economic activity sa sinada nga mga barangays.
After this bridge, more agrotourism development will sprout in this area. We are very, very happy that this project had been approved by PRDP and it will become a reality. We are very thankful with PRDP granting us with this project.
First of all, we'd like to thank PRDP, Department of Agriculture, and World Bank, the Himugaan Bridge project in Barangay Bato, connecting to Barangay Babiera and Barangay Tiwahon and Divina Colonia. This will greatly help the flow of agricultural products from these communities to the market, no? And also to the province of Negros Occidental.
To the World Bank, the Department of Agriculture, and PRDP, thank you for your consistent support to the concerns and needs of Negros Occidental. The projects will definitely aid our efforts to end poverty and optimize development by targeting investments in the major source of livelihood in the rural areas, which is agriculture. Thank you for supporting our efforts to alleviate poverty, upgrade infrastructure, improve health, nutrition, and education, strengthen resilience against climate change and natural disasters, promote peace, and enhance global competitiveness.
As the construction of Himugaan Bridge eventually comes into reality,
The goals of bridging the gaps towards agri-fishery development also comes close. Bridging the gaps to gear towards agricultural development.
O Sagay, beloved city, our joy and inspiration, devoted we shall always be to your glory we shall stand. O land of hope and progress, fertile fields and radiant skies, the Almighty